You've probably heard of a living trust, but most people don't know the real reason you need one. In this video, we're gonna break down what a living trust really is, how it works, why it may benefit you, and when it makes sense to get help from an experienced attorney. Hi, I'm Dr. Ray Gervasio. In 30 years as an attorney, I've seen families torn apart, wealth drained, and years wasted in court, all because of poor planning. We make sure that doesn't happen. If you want to protect what you've built and keep your family out of court, call us at 408-945-3950 for that initial consultation. Let's start with the fundamentals. What is a living trust? A living trust is a legal document that places your assets, like your home, bank accounts, or investments, into a trust during your lifetime. You still stay in control, but instead of those assets being in your personal name, they're managed by the trust. The key word here is living, because the trust goes into effect while you're still alive, unlike a will that only becomes active after your death. There are two main types of living trusts. The first is a revocable living trust, which means you can make changes, add or remove property, or even dissolve it altogether if your circumstances change. It's flexible and designed to evolve with your life. The second is an irrevocable living trust, which is more rigid. Once you set it up, you generally can't change it, but it comes with added benefits like stronger protection from creditors and potential tax advantages. Both serve different purposes, and which one is right for you depends on your goals, whether it's simply avoiding probate or creating stronger financial protections. The benefits of a living trust. So, why would someone go through the effort of creating a living trust? The biggest reason is avoiding probate. Probate is the court process of validating a will and overseeing the distribution of assets. It's often slow, costly, and very public. With a living trust, your loved ones can usually bypass probate entirely, which means faster, smoother, and more private handling of your estate. Another benefit is control. With a living trust, you decide exactly how and when your assets are distributed. For example, if you have young children, you can set rules that they don't receive their inheritance until a certain age, or only under specific conditions. That level of detail and protection simply isn't possible with a basic will. Living trust can also help you if you become incapacitated. Instead of leaving your family scrambling to get a court-appointed guardian, your successor trustee can immediately step in and manage your affairs according to the instructions you have already set. And lastly, while not a magic bullet, trust can sometimes provide tax benefits or asset protection, depending on how they're structured. Setting up a living trust. Now that we know why living trusts are so valuable, let's talk about how they're actually created and maintained. The first step is drafting the trust document, usually with the help of an estate planning attorney. This document spells out who you are, what assets are included, who will manage them if you can't, and who will inherit them later. Once it's signed, you then move on to something many people forget: funding the trust. Funding means transferring ownership of your assets into the trust name. For example, instead of your house deed listing your personal name, it would list the trust as the owner. The same goes for bank accounts and investment accounts. If you skip this step, the trust won't actually control those assets, and they could still get stuck in probate after you pass. Think of it like buying a safe to protect valuables. Drafting the trust is like buying that safe, but funding it is actually putting your valuables inside. Without funding, the safe is empty. Next comes choosing your successor trustee, or the person who will step in if you pass away or become unable to manage things yourself. This role is critical. A successor trustee must be responsible, organized, and capable of handling financial matters fairly. Their job is to follow your instructions to the letter, not to make decisions based on personal preferences. A good trustee will keep records, communicate with beneficiaries, and make sure distributions are carried out on time and according to the trust documents. If they fail in their duties, beneficiaries may leave options to hold them accountable. When to hire and choosing a living trust attorney. Many people wonder if they can set up a trust on their own using an online form. While it's possible, it's also risky. Living trusts can be complex, especially if you own multiple properties, a business, or have family dynamics like remarriage, blended families, or special needs beneficiaries. Mistakes in drafting or funding can completely undo the protections you intended. Hiring an attorney ensures the trust is properly written, tailored to your circumstances, and fully funded so it works as designed. An attorney can also help with choosing a successor trustee, explaining the responsibilities, and making sure your trust integrates smoothly with your other estate planning documents like powers of attorneys and healthcare directives. When choosing an attorney, look for someone who focuses specifically on estate planning, has experience with living trust, and is willing to take the time to understand your family's unique situation. A living trust is too important to cut corners on, and having professional guidance can mean the difference between peace of mind and a legal mess later on. If you haven't started your estate planning yet, or if you need to review your existing plan, give us a call at 408-945-3950. And we'll guide you through the process and help you create a plan that fits your needs. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. See you in the next video.